A true horror encounter from Oregon, USA. Welcome back to Fact Fusion. Tonight's story takes us deep into the foggy mountains of Oregon, where a group of friends uncovered something terrifying inside a forgotten cabin. What they thought was just an old mirror turned out to be a doorway to something far darker. So grab your headphones, dim the lights, and get ready for a story that might make you think twice before looking into a mirror at night. In the fall of 2017, for friends Jake, Melissa, Tyler, and Nina planned a weekend getaway to a remote cabin in Oregon's Cascade Mountains. The cabin belonged to Jake's late uncle, who had passed away years ago under mysterious circumstances. They arrived late in the evening. The air was cold, and the trees surrounding the cabin were covered in thick fog. Inside, the place was dusty but fully furnished, like someone had left and never came back. But one thing stood out. In the hallway, mounted on the wall, was an old, antique mirror. It was tall, cracked slightly at the edges, and framed in black wood with strange carvings. Nina commented that it gave her the creeps, like it was watching them. That first night, everything seemed fine. They cooked, laughed, played cards. But around 2 a.m., strange things started happening. Tyler swore he saw someone walk past the mirror, but when he turned, no one was there. Melissa had a nightmare of a woman standing behind her in the reflection, but in the dream, when she turned around, no one was behind her. The next night, Jake woke up to the sound of scratching like fingernails on glass. He followed the sound to the hallway and saw fog inside the mirror. Then, for a split second, he saw his uncle's face pale, dead, and staring back at him. From that moment on, things escalated. Each of them started hearing whispers, voices calling their names from inside the mirror. Objects in the cabin would move on their own. Cold drafts blew through closed rooms. Nina found a journal in a drawer that belonged to Jake's uncle. The last entry read, "The mirror isn't just a mirror. It shows what you don't want to see. What never left. What never died." On the third night, they decided to cover the mirror with a sheet. That's when the real nightmare began. The cabin shook violently. The lights flickered. They heard screaming coming from beneath the floorboards. The sheet over the mirror caught fire, and the reflection showed them something impossible, all four of them, sleeping in their beds with a shadowy figure standing over each one. They ran. No bags, no phones, just pure instinct. They drove nonstop until they reached the nearest town. When they returned a few days later with authorities, the mirror was gone. The hallway wall was completely bare. Locals told them the original owner of the cabin had gone insane, said the mirror took people, and that it should have been destroyed long ago. Jake sold the cabin. None of them speak about that weekend anymore, but sometimes, when they pass a mirror at night, they swear they see something in the corner of the reflection, watching, waiting. So the next time you look into a mirror in a quiet room, ask yourself, is it really just your reflection? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this true horror story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more terrifying tales every week. Until next time, stay safe, and don't look behind you.